Good morning, 10th class students. Now today we are starting our new chapter, physics chapter, that is the light, reflection and refraction. So as you know about that, you already studied about the light sometime before earlier classes, okay? And so what is the means of light? Okay, so light is a type of photons. Light is a type of photons. Photons means it is the packets of energy. Sometimes we are getting the light in the form of sunlight radiations. Okay, so you have to start with that what is the light. And one more thing, that is the light is the electromagnetic radiations. Light is the electromagnetic radiation or waves. Okay, so write this. So they are the electromagnetic waves. Electro means related to electricity, and magnetic means. So they are the combination of this. Light is a combination of electric and magnetic waves. Okay, and found in the form of photons. Okay, photon is a theory you will see in the 11th class, and where you will study about that. Photon is the packets of energy. It means when the plants are getting the lights, they are get in the form of photons, and photons, you know about the photosynthesis. Okay, because light to prepare. Know about that this process, photosynthesis, because photons means packets of energy, and we are generally getting from the sun in the form of radiation. In the form of radiation. Next point is that light has a dual nature. Okay, dual nature. So some scientists believe that light is in the form of waves. Light is in the form of waves, but some are telling that they are found in the form of particles. So after that they resolved that, and they understood that light is only in the form of waves and particles. It means they are giving the dual nature. They are giving the dual nature means they perform as well as behave as a wave and as with the particles. Okay, so now what are the main characteristics of lights? What are the main characteristics of the lights? So in our course, first we will understood about the spherical mirrors reflections. Spherical mirrors reflections. But before that, we have to understood what is the definition of reflection of light. So you have to write the definition of this reflection of light. When a light strikes on a plane, it is maybe plane or maybe spherical. It bends or reflects in other direction. It bends or reflects in other direction. So what is this meaning? Okay, it means one light strikes on one surface, maybe the plane polished surface, sometimes the plane with the smooth surface. So when this light hits this plane surface, then they will go to the other direction in the reflected manner. So first this light will come, that is the incident ray. This is the incident ray. This is the reflected ray. Some general idea you knows about that the light, because only due to the light we have to see in the whole world many plants, animals, and these things, because only due to the lights. And if you someone asks that how can we see any objects in this world, then your reply should be that when the light falls on that particular object, after that the light is reflected back from particular object to into our eyes, and from the eyes we have to see on that. So any substance which are in our nature, we have to see only is due to the light. If there is a no light, there is a no reflection. If there is a no reflection, then you cannot see any substance, you cannot see any object in this world. Okay. So for that we need, and that's why in the darkness on the dark room area, there is no reflections due to the absence of light. Okay, understood that? So this is the incident ray, and this is the perpendicular, that is the normal. Okay, and we have to write with the and. This is reflected ray, and this is the I, and this is the R. Okay, so definition we have to write. This is the general things, and you already studied in I think in 8th class or maybe 7th class. So once you have to note these things, because once we have to memorize these things, because this incident ray, reflected ray, we will see in this spherical mirrors also. Here I am telling or only it is showing that about the plane mirrors, what are the characteristics for that. Okay, so what is the incident ray? A ray which falls on, you have to write in your notebook also, okay, which falls on plane reflected surface. Okay, and reflected ray means a ray which goes back after reflection to other direction, and what is normal? It is perpendicular. It is perpendicular to AB plane surface where a point which known as point of incidence. And what is this point of incidence? It is a point from a reflected rays goes in other directions. Okay, so before we start into this spherical mirrors of the reflections, we should know the general idea about the reflection of light by the plane surface. You know about that some surfaces are plane, some are spherical in nature. But before, we have to see what are the nature of the light when this is reflected or when this is goes to incident in the form of on the plane surface. So these are the general idea about the incident ray, reflected ray, and the point of incident and the normal. Okay, so you know this is the diagram for that. This AB is the plane surface, this is the incident ray. If the surface is plane, then the angle I, which is the angle of incidence. Okay, here it is the angle I is the angle of incidence. And this is the angle R, which is the angle of reflection. Okay, so spherical mirrors of reflection we will start. Before that, we have to see two laws, okay, of that reflection of light. This is also important because generally these laws are not applicable for the sometimes sometimes the spherical surface, or maybe sometimes the some irregular shape of surfaces. But this is the general laws which follows the reflections, which follows the reflections. So see that. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection the incident ray point of incidence on normal and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. In the same way. Okay, so these are the two laws of reflections. Okay. Now we will start the reflection by the spherical surfaces. Okay, actual surfaces of the reflection, it is the spherical surfaces, showing that for the lens also and for the mirror also. But first we will study about the mirror only, and then we will start lens. And before that, we have to once again this remember and memorize these whole things. Okay, I hope you are understanding what I am telling. Okay, understanding everyone? Okay. So light is electromagnetic waves and found in the form of photons, that is the packets of energy. Okay, so you will see the E is equal to h nu. This is the equation you will study in the higher classes. Okay, E is equal to h nu. And then reflection of light means what is the reflections of the plane surfaces? What is the reflections of the plane surfaces? So reflection of light, it is just a simple things that it is shows that when a light strikes on any particular plane polished surface, or maybe the plane reflection surface, then it will go to the other side with the same angle with the normal, making the same angle with the normal. So when a light strikes on a plane or a spherical surface, it bends or reflects in the other direction. It is known as reflection of light. So this is the simple nature followed by the this reflection of light in the plane surface area. When the incident ray, when the light which comes and strikes on the this plane surface, which is known as the incident ray, and then they just goes to reflect it in the other direction, that is the reflected ray, and the plane surface or line which is showing that is the plane surface. So here is the incident ray, and a ray which falls on the plane reflected surface. Reflected ray, a ray which goes back after reflection to other direction, and normal, it's a perpendicular to AB plane surface, where a point which is known as a point of incidence. So this is our point of incidence. This is our point of incidence. Then point of incidence, it is a point from a reflected ray goes in other direction, or we have to tell in other words that the point of incidence is a point where the incident ray just meet at a point, it means, or just meeting, or just starting to reflect it in the form of reflected ray. So it is a point from where a reflected ray goes in the other direction. And these are the two laws you already studied in the class 8th class. Okay, the angle of incidence is always angle of reflection in plane surface. In plane surface. Why I am writing this plane surface? You know about that, because when the surface are not in plane, or maybe in the irregular, then the maybe the chances of angle of incidence is not equal to the angle of reflection, because the surface are not regular in position, and the angles will be made by in the different way. So angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflections in the plane surface. It means only in the condition of plane surface. Okay. Then the incident ray, point of incidence, point of incident on the normal and the reflected ray. So you have to see that these all lie in the same plane. You have to see like that. This is the one plane. Then the reflected incident ray come through this way, and the reflected rays goes through this way, and this is the normal. So these all lie in the same plane. These all lie in the same plane. There is no need of two dimensions. Okay. With the plane surface only. Okay. Why we are telling the plane surface? Because in the irregular surface, maybe they followed the other direction also. It means their dimensions will be the change on that matter. Okay. Now the reflection by the spherical surface. So this is one sphere. Okay. I am making here. You also have to draw. And when I am telling that this is the spherical mirrors, okay, then I have to make a two equal halves of that, okay, two equal halves of that, and they both are showing the different natures. They both are showing the different nature. So first half, okay, and this this is the first half, and this is the that one is the second half. So first half shows the convex nature. What will be the reflecting surfaces? And what will be the polished surface? I will write here. Okay. Okay. This is the concave surface. This is reflecting surface, and this is the polished surface. This is the reflecting surface. This is the polished surface. And for that, this is the reflecting surface, and this is the polished surface. So I hope you are understanding what I am telling, that it simply means that if the surfaces look like that, okay, so this is showing that concave surface, okay, concave, and this is showing that convex surface. So I hope you already written all these things. If anyone is needed some time, then I'll give. Now we are having the two spherical surfaces. Okay, that is the part of sphere. That is the part of sphere. Or we have to tell this is the part of spherical glass, spherical reflecting surfaces. Okay, so this is showing the concave mirror surface. Okay, concave mirror surface, and your concave surfaces. Okay, and this is the convex mirror surface. Okay. Before that, I think we have to also understand about the what is the meaning of this real image and virtual image. Okay, after that we will understand. Okay, so okay, so first word we will understand about the aperture. Okay, so aperture, what is the meaning by the aperture? So aperture is the size of reflecting surfaces. It means this is the part where the reflection will be the happen. Okay, it means reflection will be the done by this aperture. So what is the definition of aperture? It is a part from reflection can be done, or reflecting surface of mirror is known as aperture. Okay. Then second is a point. which is in the middle of the this aperture. So this is the pole, okay, and we have to denote it with the capital B, capital P, okay, capital P. So what is this pole? This pole is a midpoint in between the reflecting surface, the midpoint between the reflecting surface. Now a line which is a parallel in between of this pole, okay. So this is the one parallel line which passes through the center of curvature, which passes through the center of curvature. So first I'll write center of curvature, that is the capital C, means the center of a center point of sphere. The center point of sphere is known as center of curvature. Okay. Then so I hope you are understanding what is the spherical surfaces for that, and how this concave and convex are the part of this sphere. Okay. So when I make this will be the showing the sphere. I hope you are understanding. Okay. And this will be the showing the sphere. Okay. So you can understand here the center of curvature is in the front of the pole in the concave mirror, and it is the after that it is the beyond the pole in the convex surfaces. Okay. Now principal axis. Okay, principal axis. Okay. A line which passes through and pole. So a principal axis, which is a line, okay, straight line, which is a straight line, passes through the center of curvature and pole. Now which made by reflected ray actually in concave mirror and virtually made by after reflection. Okay, so when the parallel rays of light, okay, with the beam of light just comes with the parallel nature, okay, with the parallel nature, then they are just meeting at a point of principal focus. Okay, so this is the real meeting of light and in the front of pole. So that's why this is the real principal focus in the concave mirror. So you have should be write down and noted that in the concave mirror, real focus will be the main. Okay, real focus will be the main, and in the convex mirror, there will be the virtual focus will be formed. What is the meaning of this real focus and virtual focus? In the real focus, there is a really meeting of a lights at a one point, and which we can be formed on the screen. That's why they form the real image also. Okay, form real image also because can be obtained on the screen. Can be obtained on the screen. And this virtual focus forming the virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. So what does and why this virtually can be formed and why this real can be formed, I can explain here. Look, because these parallel rays, okay, which is a parallel beam of light which is coming parallel to this principal axis, okay, after reflection it goes through the principal focus, that is the real focus, and we can take on the array screen, we can take on the table or chair like that also. Sometimes we can do with the help of this concave mirror in the sunlight, and due to that these rays are just meeting at a point. If this real focus can be formed, and this real focus have too much having the heat tendency, okay, so then some small beads of paper can also be started to this fire-like condition also can be started, okay. But in here it is when the light rays are coming parallel with the principal axis, then after they are just coming, when we will see from the outwards, okay, from the outside, it just should be, it means look like coming from the inside, okay. So this is the focus, but this is the virtual focus, and can be we can be seen inside the mirror, so this is the virtual focus can be formed inside the mirror, okay. And so this is the virtual, that's why virtual image can be formed, cannot be obtained on the screen, okay. Then one more, now the focal length, okay. What is the focal length? And one radius also. Okay, radius, it is distance between center of curvature to pole length, which is half of radius and its length only 4 to principal focus. Okay, so what is this focal length? Actually, focal length is the distance between two, it means reflected point to actually meeting point. Okay, maybe actually or appears to meet. Okay, appears to meet. Look at this here. You can see that it is appears to meeting at a point, that is the virtual point inside the mirror, but we cannot see and we cannot get on the screen. So that's why this is the appears to meet and this is the actually meeting point. That's why real and virtual like conditions. And focal length, a length which is a half of radius. It means you know about that. This is the radius condition. It means from pole to center of curvature is known as radius. Pole to center of curvature is known as radius, and we can denote it by the capital R. Okay, and this F to P. Okay, this F to P, which is a small f, we have to write that is the focal length. Here, what is this? Okay, so this is the focal length up to here, and from here to here, this is the radius. Okay, it means from P to C, the center of curvature to pole is known as radius, and from principal focus to pole is known as a focal length. So you can from own words you have to define the words like a distance between the principal focus to pole is known as focal length, and distance between the center of curvature to pole is known as radius. Okay, so I hope you are understanding these things. Okay, and next time we will study some more interesting things and about the some ray diagrams also. Okay, thank you.